And we're go. Let the world know I'm here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me do my posting. There we go. Good morning, all you shiny, happy people. Let me do my sharing into a group. And we want to go here, share, share, and share. Good morning. Morning, Kim, Jody, Jenny, Debbie, Christina, Dorothy. Good morning. Good morning from Tennessee. It's Miss Stacy. How's everybody this morning? Morning, sassy pants. You know what that means, Kim. I was sick for 2 weeks, tried to catch up a week after being sick for 2 weeks, and then went on vacation, which only means disaster because it means I am a very well-rested Nicky. Morning, Jersey. Morning, Cindy. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Elizabeth, Kelly, Linda. I feel like romper room here. Did you find your coffee? Yes, I did. See? Hold on. Ready? It's right there. Welcome back to real life. Oh, right, Pat? Good morning, Tony. Tony's like one of the few men that watch me on Sunday. God bless Tony. All right. Why don't we, rats, there goes the wallet. Don't you know it, woman? All right, let's get some likes and loves, comments, all that happy jazz. And show me the love because I am back for April 28th. Good morning. I don't see any hearts, so that means you guys aren't even y'all paying attention to me. That's all that means. That's all that means. There they are. I knew you guys had it in you this morning. All right, let's get this party started, shall we? Good morning, Jennifer. Jennifer missed me all week. I have to tell you a funny story as both Amy and I went away on a vacation, so to speak. Amy is in Vegas. She comes home today, and I was in Florida all week, and Jen told me we can never do that again. We're not allowed to ever, ever, ever do that again. So we can't have two people from the admin team go on vacation at the same time. So let's get this party started, shall we? And let's roll up. As we know, we head up to the second floor, which is housewares. I was going to take the sign down first, but you know what? Every damn Sunday I knock the thing over. So you know what? Let's not do that. And whoops, I ain't that tall. Lord, I am not that tall. You know, keeping it old school around here. Do you know if the polyester shirt stand made as in historic? No, he is actually ordering them right now, though. I cannot wait, and I'll explain more to that, Cindy, in about 2.5 seconds. There we go. I know he was going to load them. So, good morning. How you guys doing? Y'all missed me. I know you did. You missed this sassy little face. So let's get this moved over. You know, let's do some minor housekeeping. Hold on, please. Got to move the tablet so I'm not looking over all over the place. I'm doing this weird messy bun thing because Margot told me I should. I had her and Ashley hysterically laughing last night, but that's for another rainy day. You know. There we go. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And for those who have missed my brief introduction, this is the sass for April 28th, 2019. We have quite a few things to talk about. I'm going to show you how I press using the wider board. You're going to notice I moved some things out of my shop or moved them into a different location in my shop. And I'll show you all of that. We're going to talk about some teacher ideas because we're wrapping up at the end of the year. Going into May, a lot of the southern states are done with school by then. Us northern states, and that's near the end of May. The northern states, for us, we don't end until the end of June. So our kids still have about 2 months left of school. And trust me, my youngest, who is still in high school, is on pure countdown mode at this point. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you a DIY project. And it's a quick project. I'm going to show you that. We're also going to talk about Father's Day and the ever so wonderful copyright issue. So we've got a lot to talk about. And I'm going to just jump right in. I'm going to do a quick good morning. Good morning to the UK. I love when you guys are all over the world and you watch me. I think that's just, it cracks me up every Sunday. Because y'all are crazy. That's all I got to say. Oh, thank you. I feel like it's weird. I got to be honest with you. Good morning. Good morning to, it's Australia? Oh, I made it to Australia. That's kind of just fancy right there. Oh, Jen, did he get those up already? Oh, okay. No, not yet, she said. All right. So let's talk about a few things before we get started in the actual how-tos and things that we need to talk about. I know you missed the sunshiny, sassy face. I know you have. So I was reading all along on vacation. I got lots and lots of messages, and I do apologize if I couldn't answer you. I tried to do the best I could, but Delta wouldn't let me bring my heat press and my big computer down. Well, they probably would have, but I couldn't use them. So, and while I was in Florida, I honestly just enjoyed much needed downtime, much needed some brain rest and time with my parents. So that was more important to me, and I do apologize, but I needed some downtime, after being sick and just busy. So that was taking some much needed me time. I was reading, and I read all week the different posts and everything that you guys are looking for. And one that came up this morning, which as a graphics designer in the graphics group, I have to say I completely and 100% agree. So Michelle Rudman posted about doing proper mock-ups. So let's have that conversation, shall we? So you want to give your clients what a proper mock-up is. You don't want to go through the expense of actually pressing it because you're wasting your product. Now, I get that. I totally respect that. So whatever design program you use, here's a tip and a trick. Find out how to change the transparency or the opacity or use the multiply tool, whatever the program you're using. Find out how to eliminate the white out of your project. Because when we make our designs, sometimes there's white in the background. And you have to eliminate that. Why? Because we don't print white. So when you show a mock-up, it looks like it's true white on the image, which is completely 100% false. By using such tools, it allows you to create an image that looks like it's actually been pressed on the image. It eliminates the white, still keeps all your color, and it looks like you've pressed it, which gives it a more realistic look. You want to find out what those are in your program. There's so many different programs. I can't go into which one does better for the other. That's where you ask a question. How do I eliminate the white out of this image by using this design program? I can tell you in Photoshop, it's multiply. That's what I use typically. Sorry, something in my eye. So that's what I use typically to eliminate the white, and it gives it a more realistic look. So take that as your tip for the day when you're trying to make your own mock-ups. All right, really sit and hone in on how you make your mock-ups. A lot of times I will just take a picture of my image or of my product and I lay it on my floor, and then I Photoshop it all out and I put it in a more realistic looking setting. So take the time to learn. Yes, a lot of us, being Margot, Ashley, and myself, allow you to use our mock-ups because we've already gone through the rigmarole for you so that you don't have to do it. And I know time is money, but here's the thing. If I had a mock-up already to use and I could use it, you're gonna bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna use it. Why? Because time is money. Todd's always preaching that. So what I want to tell you is learn your tools, okay? There's so much to learn in this business, but that's one aspect that can mean money for you. Here's the difference. If you post a mock-up with white in it, your client is going to think that there's white in the design, that the shirt color isn't going to shine through that. That's false advertising, to be completely honest with you. But if you find the tools that work in your program, and you use those, then what that does, it gives it a more realistic look without that white, because that's where it's usually a lot, and it takes on the fabric layers that are in there, or the substrate, whatever it may be. So keep that all in mind, okay? So that's a tip. Michelle was talking about it today in our group, and I thought that was something great that we should all talk about as well, is that's what you should really work on, those mock-ups. And if you have white in your design, get it out of there, all right? Make sure that the fabric is shining through, and you work on that. I am not one for those type of tutorials, but I can at least point you in somewhat of a direction to know how to ask for what you're looking for. So let me just look at the questions real quick. Good morning, Karen. You probably can. You just have to, yes, multiply is what I use in mine. Someone mentioned to me the other day that they do that in the lightning in their photographs so that, no, you want your designs to look more realistic. Let me see if I can have one. I don't even know if I have one right here, but you want to be able to make it look as realistic as you possibly can, because again, we don't print in white. So keep that in mind. Maybe I can get Marvin on that one because he's more versatile. Yeah, I think that's the word I want to use. In the different programs where I am not. I use Corel and Photoshop. I know you could change the transparency in Corel, but I really use Photoshop for that kind of stuff. Any of my mock-ups are done through Photoshop because I can manipulate the image a lot easier and be more realistic in my mock-ups. So I've worked really hard at that over the last 6 months and trying to make sure that I am not offering false advertising to you guys as you guys are picking up, and buying the designs, but even to my own clients when I'm selling personal or physical items. So it's a twofold on that one. Okay. Next thing, all one part of the housekeeping. I understand. And I get the wanting to use, and we've all used this phrase at some point in our life, oh, I just made it for me. I just made it for my grandson. I just made it for my child. I understand copyright, and it sucks, okay? But I'm not saying call everybody out. That's not what our group is about. I'm just saying for you personally, I personally don't use any copyright stuff to my knowledge. Now, I am going to state that, and you're going to be like, you're going to eat your words, Nikki. No, to my knowledge, I don't know if it is completely copyrighted, because I could search it and maybe it's under a certain name or it's a certain phrase, and sometimes it's harder to find all of that stuff. I know for a fact I stay away from stuff like Disney, NFL, the baseball, anything that's sports related. But I mean, even the Cat in the Hat stuff, Dr. Seuss, any of that stuff from movies, music artists. I try to stay away from all of that stuff that literally is going to be bam in your face. Yes, that's copyrighted. Where it starts getting tricky is phrases. Phrases are becoming more and more common about being copyrighted. So that's a little bit harder, I feel, than actually using something like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, the Patriots, whatever it may be. Those are more in your face, and you definitely know that those are a copyright trademark issue. Where things become tricky is in words, when you're just using words. So I just try to do your due diligence. I try to do it myself. I'm human. I make mistakes. Sometimes I don't even realize that there's an issue. You just have to look at it. I'm not saying go into our group and start, policing everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in your own personal. I don't want you guys getting bit in the butt later on. Especially the bigger you grow, the more you're out there. Think of it that way. The more you put yourself out there with your business, you have to watch what you say, what you do, how you act, because it comes back and reflects on you as a person. All right, so keep that all in mind when you're doing your day-to-day life and social media. I just don't want something to come back and bite you in the butt later on. So, like I said, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all go, oh, that shouldn't be a big deal. Someday down the line, it might be a big deal. And I know the biggest argument is it's all over Etsy. I love that. That's probably my best conversation. Well, Etsy has it on there. Etsy allows it. I can't tell you that the people who are posting it don't have a license for it. You know what? If they do, mad props to them, because those licenses are expensive. Okay? I know I looked into the NFL one, and I needed to have over $100,000 in sales. Plus, I had to guarantee a certain amount of sales every single year, and I could only use the items on certain things. It became an absolute logistics nightmare. Another thing that's trademarked, believe it or not, is anything that has to do with the military. That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves, and people will tell you that because I'm a military family. I'm a veteran wife. My ex-husband's in the service, my son's going in the service, and my daughter's boyfriend's in the service. So we are a total military family right here. And not being able to use those kind of sucks, because I want to just say, hey, you know what? I'm proud of you and I represent you. And you can't. You can get into their little licensing and all of that, but you can do that yourself and go and research on what you want to use, which I'm currently doing. So I know that it seems tough, and I know that's what you guys want to do, and a lot of the stuff looks absolutely adorable. Trust me, I know. I love me a good Daisy Duck. She's sassy, just like me. So, but I can't. Okay, even if you make it for yourself, it doesn't matter. You're still walking advertising. So keep that in mind. There's my thing for the Sassy Sunday on when you're seeing stuff and whatnot. Don't go and police everybody. Please, God, don't do that. But just do your own due diligence for you. So there you go. There's my response to that. When in doubt, don't do it. Right. I mean, they've got people who literally search the internet looking for violators. We've had a lot of the, as a reminder too, okay, in our group, you're not allowed to talk about the phone grips. If you notice, I'm not even going to say the word, because I don't want to come back on me, but the phone grips you put on the back, you can decorate those. Yeah, they are being fiercely active about going after people for copyright, and trademark infringement. So don't ask for them. I know that they're the cool item. Find other things that you can use, that you can market. I gotta be honest. There's just certain things that you just have to stay away from, as much as they're cool and you want to do them. I don't look good in orange, and Lord knows this body does not look good in stripes. So we just don't do it. We just try not to do it if we can avoid it at all costs. Yes, the military is included. So you can't use, and this was a big, huge argument I had with somebody. You can't use Army, Navy, any of their logos. You can't use their logos. You can't even use, like, for instance, and I'm going to give you a prime example. I made a flag with some military guys, and I used the word Army, okay? And it was almost in the same font. But because I did them and I combined them all together, it's now infringement on their logo. Now, if I had taken the word Army completely out of it, it wouldn't have been no problem. I can use a flag, I can use soldiers, I can use military, the word military, but as soon as you start putting in things like Navy in the font and their colors, and using the star for Army, you start embarking in on the infringement train. So, let me tell you, I've never been so passionate about an argument ever in my entire life than I was with that argument, because I thought it was the most stupid, most ludicrous thing you could do. Now, they do have, I know for the Navy, they have what they call a crafter's license. So I have to look further into it and see if that's something I'm able to do so that I'm able to use it. So I got to figure out all of these rigmarole. There's another license beyond that. I really want the licenses, to be honest with you. I feel like, you know what? It's what I want to do. And if it only means that I can use it for selling my physical products and I can't make designs for it, I'm okay with that too, because I am a military family. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying to all of you guys. I've seen a lot of copyright stuff come on there. You know, when you have time to read and you're not working, you realize it's really out there. I was able to spend a lot of time reading our group and the messages and the comments and everything else in there while I had some downtime. And that was one of the things I just wanted to make sure we're clear on, to the best of our ability. Yes, I know you're restricted. That's what I said. And some branches don't offer it. That's 100% true too. So I try to make military designs that don't incorporate the names. I try to still, I mean, I have one that I do, and it's with military boots and dog tags, and and a hat, and you start doing all of that, and you know, you can work, there's a workaround as long as you don't use their logos and their names, you know, so there's workarounds. What is the difference between personal use and commercial use? When it comes to copyright, there is none. There is no personal, there is no commercial. All right, personal use. So personal use means you can use it on physical items that you do only, for your use only. Where it comes into the commercial is if you go to sell it. To my understanding, don't correct me if I'm wrong. For the love of God, don't come after me for this. But I'm pretty sure that for personal use, is using it for personal use. You're not going to sell it. You're using it for your own home use. Commercial use is if you're going to make a design or you're going to sell the item, then you need the commercial license to be able to use that design. So let me give you a prime example. So in the graphics group, you are allowed for mine to use an image up to 100 times on whatever you want to use it for. Once you go beyond that 100 times, you're supposed to buy the extended license that allows you to use it beyond that. Now, also though, I don't allow you to resell my digital designs. You actually have to use my digital designs for objects, okay? Whatever substrate you decide to put it on. All right, you can't just go and resell my digital designs. That's a no-no, and that will make me very frowny. So we just don't do it. When you have to read everybody's individual, when you're doing whatever it is you're buying, what they define as personal use and commercial use. Okay, so for personal use, I can make it for my friends, my family, but there was no money exchanged. That can be one way that people define their personal use. Or they define it as a small business use. You have to read every single place that you buy a design from, what their terms of personal and commercial use are. That's the best way I can explain it, I guess. Yes, even their camos are copyrighted. So you have to be, you know, any of the digital camo, believe it or not, is copyrighted. So you have to be very careful as to what you find and what you pick, because it all goes together. Can you use fabric that is printed on with a design for an item you sell? See, that's where it becomes a gray area. It's a great question, Nicole. Somebody said if you go and you buy like military fabric or you buy Disney fabric from Joann's, yes, they're allowing the commercial license for it. I don't know. I can honestly say to you, I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. I looked into that before. It doesn't seem fair. If someone asks you to do something special like Disney shirts or trips that are used for personal use, just sell it to one person because it's a service. Is this a commercial? Okay, so Disney has one of two loopholes. if you make something for yourself, they encourage you to make your own Disney shirts, believe it or not. That is actually a known fact. But they don't want you to sell it because they want you to buy their goods. But if you come in with your, because they know billions of people come in every year and have their own family shirts. I don't know the way, there is no way around that. I can't even tell you that there's a way around that, to be completely honest with you. Just leave that alone. Will you cover pressing clear plastic totes? Those I would use as sticker vinyl, and yes, I can. I don't press those, believe it or not, because they're plastic. What I do is the sticker vinyl on those. I hope that helps, Shelly. What Shelly is asking about is, let's see if they're in this box. I don't know because I wasn't prepared for the bag. They are a clear tote bag. No, I don't know where they are. They're a clear tote bag that is now regulation when you go into any parks. For those who go into any parks, go into sporting events, you now have to have a clear bag. What I do, and what I did for my mom, which I didn't, of course, take a picture because, you know, that would have been easy. Nope, not there. I don't even know where my clear tote bags are. I just got them, but anyway, so what you do is you do sticker vinyl on those, because that'll be what sticks. You don't actually heat press on those because they're made of plastic. You don't want them to melt. So that's what I do. I hope that helps, Shelly. You're welcome. Let's see. Just taking a quick second. Right. That's what I thought. Terry says most fabric stuff that you buy is for personal use only. So that's the thingy around that. Good morning, Christina Hartman. Let's see. What does it printed on salvage mean? Nothing legally. All right. So we could go into this copyright law and all this stuff for hours on end, and I could talk myself silly, but we're not going to. Okay. So getting a penny and watching the sass. Christina girl. This is for you. This is a Krista. It's Krista. Not even Christina. I can't even read. Sorry, Krista. This is for you, girl. Enjoy your petty and watching this sunshiny face. Okay. So, I know we could get into this. This is a really hot topic. There's a lot of questions in the whole copyright thing. My best suggestion is don't do anything that you know for a fact has a copyright and trademark on it. Disney, NFL, Major League Baseball, hockey, even some colleges. I know there's loopholes there too, but let's not even talk about the loopholes. We're just not going to do it. Okay? Just not going to do it. Okay. So, I need to move this along. Sorry, people. That, like I said, we can go on to this for another 4 hours and still not have a proper answer. Housekeeping done. Let's have some fun. Exactly. I love my sassy Jody. Jody's my sassy girl. Okay. So, we are going to, I'm going to be pressing the baby blanket. That one's going to be a little more complicated. I'll move that over there. Father's Day. We've got Father's Day and we've got teacher gift ideas. So let's get into that really quick. I'm not pressing a darn thing when it comes to any one of those, but I can at least give you some ideas. So get that pen and paper ready. I'm going to gather up my items real quick. So give me 2 seconds. You go get what you need to get. I'll get what I need to get. Yeah, you know that annoys people when I do that? I think it's funny as heck. I think it's funny when people hate my do-do. Well, it could be worse. I could be a miserable person, and Lord knows I'm not, so y'all just gotta get over it. That's what you gotta do. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Yay, Father's Day! Woo-woo! Woo-woo-woo-woo! All right. We ready? Let's stop the whole copyright conversation. Let's get into Father's Day. So Father's Day can be a couple of different items. I did on a past sass. I had one of Stan's neoprene that we're getting in. We're getting in the neoprene. getting in the neoprene. This is great for grilling. That's what I wanted to do. Also, let's talk about this real quick too. People are often wondering what they can do for different things. Now, there's a thing called a grommet. Let's talk about a grommet, shall we? The grommet is probably the easiest thing to do. So take any one of Stan's towels and add a grommet. Once you add a grommet, what it does is now you can use it to hang for the grill, hanging on the bar of the grill when there's a handle, or you can use it for golfing. You could take any of Stan's. You don't have to have the grommet in it. Then you can actually dictate where you want to put the grommet. Okay? And that's probably the coolest thing about the different towels. And we're going to do that really quick because grommets are insanely easy. Insanely easy. I cannot even tell you how easy they are. And for those who have never done a grommet, have no idea, just gonna get them. Here they are. Get my little handy dandy tool. All right. So let's talk about grommets. Grommets can be from anywhere. You can buy them. They're super easy. And I don't want you guys to freak out over them. So we're going to so I go and you get the grommet. I'm going to show you how to do this. Super easy. And I love the fact that I can dictate which size I want to do, how I want it to look. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera. We're going to put this down so that y'all can see what I'm working on. Okay, let's lower just a little. We're going to put a grommet right there in that because you know what? You don't need to have a ton of stuff to make a grommet, and then you can make any of Stan's towels. Can you go get me a hammer? I don't know where my hammer went. You can make any of Stan's towels turn into a spot. So for golf towels, you could put it in the corner, whether it be up here, you can fold it in half. Wherever you decide you want that grommet is completely up to you. So this is great for Father's Day. You take the towel, put the grommet in the corner, put a hook on it, and then they could hook it on the grill. Or you could turn it into a golf towel. Whatever the case may be. Okay? So here's how I do these. They're super, super simple. All right, you need to buy this. Let me see if I'm in the camera here. You need to buy this little contraption. They have other different types, but this is the one I happen to use. All right. And then put that here. We're going to make a small slit in the towel. And I mean small. So I use my little X-Acto knife. Okay. You just want it enough to where you can poke this end through. Okay, nothing too fancy here, okay? And you create a cross. All right, you can use scissors, you can use a seam ripper, whatever the case may be. Stick this through here. Okay. Put this on here. And then put this over here. Right? And then this goes on here. And grab your handy dandy hammer. Don't mind the loudness. I do apologize. I'm going to try to do this on some paper just so it's not so darn loud. Okay. Couple of good wacky dackies. Okay. Which, of course, I probably did this backwards, to be completely honest with you. Probably did. So I'm a numbnut. Good Lord. I did. It's been a while since I've done a grommet. So don't worry about that. Let's see if I did this right again. Let me put new grommets in. Just because I bent one. Because I'm a numbnut. And let me tell you, every one of them comes with the... No, I did it right. Okay. Comes with the handy-dandy instructions. Just not sure why it didn't work. Probably because I'm trying to rush. And, you know, that's just how this goes. So. This should just... There we go. Okay. You really got to whack the heck out of this, okay? So they have other like grommet tools and whatnot. And then you have the grommet in your item, and then you can sit there and tie it off. So not all grommets are created equal. You need to make sure that the outer ring is, yes, exactly. So they have different, and what Todd's talking about too, just for you to know, if you notice, I have small ones, which require different types of grommet tools. So you got to make sure you have all the proper tools to fit the size grommet that you need. But grommeting is really not that hard. To be honest with you, as long as you have all the right tools, you can do it. But you can create any towel into a grommet, or have a grommet. And that's great for, like I said, that's great. This will be great for when you're doing, and there is a right and a wrong side. Okay. So it'll be great for when you're doing all of this stuff like golf towels, and you're doing barbecue towels, all of that kind of happy jazz. So there's that. Nextly, we're going to talk about some other Father's Day stuff. These are all in Stan's shop right now. This is a really cool item that I like. This one is because it can hold multiple keys, and only have one key ring instead of 40. So this is a really cool key ring. You actually just sublimate on here and like this. And then that's a really cool key ring idea. You just pull this out and twist and lock, and I like this one. I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite key rings. I got super excited when Stan sent me these. So this is a great Father's Day item. This too is a great Father's Day item. This is a multi-tool, because don't all dads like multi-tools? I mean, it's got the bottle opener, and it has the nail clipper, because I have no idea. I've got no words for that one. On my keys that I have right now, I have this little doojobby. It comes with a screwdriver, so you can take this bar out. And what it is it's a nice durable keychain. And you just put a little design here. I'll get my keys and I will show you what it looks like, because I use it every single day. And they're really durable. And I've been testing it out to see how durable this is. You notice? And I love that it swivels. So this is probably one of my favorite. Like I said, I use this every day. I throw my keys constantly. I'm forever throwing my keys. So that's a really cool idea. Another great Father's Day item. Let me move this up so y'all can see me again. Or maybe not want to see me. I don't know. Another cool Father's Day type of item is, so you're going to use the pot holders or the oven mitts. You can pair that with a towel. You can pair that with, from Stan, you can pair it with a apron from Amy. Make it a whole gift set. Make it a whole grilling gift set. That's a really cool idea. Another thing that I've done too is I've taken sticker vinyl and I've put it right on a spatula, and I've put World's Best Dad, and I put it and make it all into one set. That would be a really cool gift idea as well. So there's that. Maybe you have a golfer, so you could do the golf towel. You can do a variety of different things. They have the little cosmetic bags, but you can put the teas in that, and put a cool saying on the front of it. So there's other different items that you can use for Dad, other than a tie and tie tacks and mugs. Mugs are cool, don't get me wrong. I like my mugs. One of the items that I'm working on, and that is this big doojobby that I posted about. In the, dads like beer steins, they like mugs, they like wine bottles, or not wine bottles, but the pint glasses. I do pint glasses a lot for Father's Day. The new item that I have was the growler you can find. We have those, I'm working on those. But from the stuff that you can get from Stan and Amy, off the top of my head for Stan and Amy, definitely you could do your towels. from Stan. You could do the keychains from Stan. Cooling towels are probably going to be one of the cool items because that's a great golf item too, is his cooling towels. So you could totally do the cooling towels as well. They're also great for grilling too, or great for anything really. Just put some cool design on it and call it a day. I mean, those cooling towels are really fabulous. So there's those. Amy has, like I said, has the aprons. The aprons aren't just for mamas. They can be for dads too. They have the oven mitts and pot holders. So really go and explore their websites and don't look at something that, oh, that's just for a woman. Well, no, not really. Look and see what else you can use it for, because remember, it's a think outside the box moment. So think of all the wonderful things that you can use their items for that aren't just for home, for a mom, or, you know, for a female. You can just change it up a little bit. And good morning, Stan. Good morning, Beth. Have you heard of any scorch markers? They make good wood handles. Oh, probably. Let's see. Another also thing about Stan's towels. Okay. A lot of people, again, I had a lot of downtime to read. There was a lot of questions on the waffle weave towel and how to press it. I can't absolutely stress this enough. Okay. And this is probably going to be the funniest conversation. You really want to do it. I think it's like at 400 or 405 for like 60 seconds. And you want to squish the absolutely living daylights out of this towel. Why? Because you'll get the best color. Now you're going to say, well, Nikki, you're going to end up with all of those, you're going to end up with those lines. Well, you don't actually. You don't end up with those lines. Once you do, okay, once you get it pressed, you give it a nice hard snap. I mean, think about bringing out your inner child when you want to snap that towel at somebody. Well, snap it. Why? It brings all of those little holes back up again after it's been pressed. These towels, these waffle weave towels, take an absolute beating. So if you're not getting good color, you're not pressing it hard enough. So squish the living daylights out of it. Okay, so that's one of my tips and tricks for that. You really have to squish it. Another gift idea are the phone stands. I know it sounds crazy, but this phone stand, see no gender. Okay, so you can use it for moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, whatever you want to do, because this is great for holding a tablet. It's great for holding a book, actually. You can put a recipe book on here. It's not just a phone stand. I actually I pull this out just a little and I can set my book on it. And then I can read my recipe book. So the bigger ones from Amy, which are the biggest ones on the market currently, are great. There is tablet ones. So when I'm saying for phone stands only, Amy's are the biggest ones on the market for the phone stand. And hers are so versatile where you don't have to buy a tablet one. You can use it for your tablet. You can use it for your phone. You can use it for a cookbook. This is a great thing to have. Dads can use it. Moms can use it. Phone stands are a great product. Teachers, because we're going to roll right into teachers real soon. So that's a great gift for a teacher. It really, there's a versatile product. Make sure you try to look those up too. Let me just clean up my little old mess right here. Let's see, what do we got? Stan's answering. Oh, good. Can we get a link to the suppliers, please? Coney Island Transfer.com and Hailbound.com. Stan is right there, and so is Jen. They'll link both of them. Some teacher items. So you could do tote bags, you can do mugs. You know, I've done this mug so that they can use it later on for a coffee mug, but you know, put a plant in it, put some succulents in it. This was a mug that I did. I even pressed the handle on this one. So there's that you can do for a teacher. Stan has these amazing towels, and you could put it with a tote. You could put the towel, and if you can tell, these suckers, let me tell you, oh my gosh. I do want to do a product compare because I pressed something the other day, and it's with Stan's new product. And I have to tell you why we use more polyester and things. I'll get to that in a moment. You can totally add the tumbler with it. Add your tumbler. So for that teacher gift, tote bag from Amy, towel from Stan, tumbler, from Amazon. Put a sublet decal on it, and now you've got a gift set. You can make it from the class. You can do whatever it needs to do. So, you know, I think that that's pretty cool. Another teacher gift idea are obviously the clipboards. You could put the message, the sticky note holder with it, mouse pad, mug, make it a complete set. Again, this is stuff that you can have from the whole class so that she's not getting 100 of these. So that's a great gift idea. And you can take the little kids' thumbprints. Great idea. Take the kids' little thumbprints, make them into little bugs, and have them painted on a piece of paper. Scan it into your computer and put that image on everything teacher that they have for that class. Have them have their little names on it. Handprints is another cool and cute idea so that the teacher has a little bit of something from that class. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the floral designs. It could be, like I said, thumbprints that make a flower. And you could totally help that out if you're one of those people that work in a classroom or the parent works in the classroom. So that's another great idea. Give me 2 seconds. I do want to show you something. People often ask the difference between different poly contents on a shirt. And I want to show you something. They look like two identical shirts. All right. So I pressed the other day, Stan's getting in some things for us like shirts. Okay, he's getting in raglans for little ones. He's also getting in the plus size. So there's going to be a 2XL V-neck, which I'm super excited about because Lord knows I'm fluffy. So I want to show you the difference in pressing one that's 100% poly and one that is not. Okay. So as we pressed last time, these are Stan's new shirts, okay? I have to show you the comparison and the quality of print. So remember, let's backtrack. Stan's getting in these raglans. These are cotton here. This is 100% poly, okay, for your little ones, okay? They are a nice, thick, there's a fuzzy on here. It's a nice, thick type of shirt. So you can't see through it. Quality, super stretch. All right, now, I say we all press on the next level raglans. Well, let me show you a difference in quality print. I literally printed them the same time, same temp, same pressure. Now, the next level ones are 60% cotton, 40% poly, okay? And honestly, that's what we end up using, and people call it a vintage look. I want to show you how vintage it looks. And here you go. So, ready? This is the next level. And I'm going to lay them right next to each other so you guys can see it a lot better. I mean, the quality of Stans are just phenomenal. Let's show you, okay? Look at that. I need you to look at that for 2 seconds. Hold on. I'm getting there. Better. Can you see it now? I can see it on my screen, so y'all can see it on. Okay, so this is the next level. Okay, this is a next level. This is a 60-40. Okay, and you can see they're both raglans. This is Stan's. Okay, they were same time, temp, and pressure. Okay, that is absolutely amazing. Okay, they still have the same incredible stretch at the neckline that I love. They're actually even the same size shirt, believe it or not. Look at the quality. I mean, you could see my faux glitter so much better in this. Right? Totally. And when you wash this one, the ink is still going to come out of this because remember, this is only a 60-40. Okay, so you're going to get you're still going to get ink that comes out of this. This, no inky out of. Why? Because this center is literally 100% poly. The only thing that's cotton on these are your sleeves, okay? And the neckline is also cotton, and it has a great stretch to it. So if you're looking for a product comparison, here is why you want to pick 100% poly centers versus this, because the difference is night and day. The difference, totally night and day. These are not slick at all. People were inky out of it. You like that, huh, Beth? See, Beth always catches my smart little sarcasms. Okay, this is not slick at all. I gotta tell you, the feel of it has a feel of cotton. I love, and they're thick. Here's a, ready? So there's that. And one is more also true white, and one is more of a creamy white. Okay, there's my hands under it. So really, they're equally. I mean, look at that. That's me putting my hands over. So there's a great side-by-side comparison. I was looking at this at the shop, and I was like, my God, look at the quality. I mean, the quality is second to none. I mean, seriously. If you guys can't see that on your screen, I'm not really sure. I mean, look at the true black in there. I mean, that is just such a vibrant black. This looks like I screwed up, but I didn't. So I hope that helps when you're making decisions to buy these new shirts that Stan's getting, because it is soft. They're not like, I mean, it's super soft. He is going to be getting some in adult sizes. He's going to be getting them in kid sizes. We're just doing, hold on, we're just doing some, there we go. We're just doing some sizing right now. And here's the reason why, is because I want to get a hold of the 2XL, because I'm very, very picky, especially when it comes to women's wear. And being a more fluffy girl, I want to know if that 2X is going to fit me the way this 2X is fitting me. I'm not afraid to tell you how big I am, to be completely honest with you. Why? Because you need to be able to have a visual as to what it is. So Stan's sending me my 2XL. I cannot wait. It's a V-neck, and I will totally wear it and show you how it looks on me, because you know what? That's your best guess. But let me tell you, so far, I am completely in love with just the print quality alone on both of these, on this product versus the other product. I try not to do the whole comparison thing, but when you're buying and you want to know the difference in poly content versus poly content, well, the proof is in the pudding. So I hope that helps when you're making those decisions and when you're trying to figure out if it's worth it to buy it from Stan. I think that, honestly, game changer. I mean, in the sense of that you're able to offer a better quality product, which allows you to offer better pricing. Because let's be honest, if you're going to go apples to oranges, yes, you can get the next level, but honestly, why? When it's going to be the same cost roughly as Stan's. So it's really kind of a no-brainer. I hope that helped, to be completely honest with you. We have children now. The adult sizes are coming. That's what Stan's telling you guys in the group right now. He does have the adult white shirts that are coming in. He's got a bunch of different shirts coming in. I cannot wait. There will be some limited supply, so keep that in mind, because we are going to see if this is a winner. If this is a winner, winner, chicken dinner, then we're good. But, you know, we don't want to get him stuck with all this product. So he's buying a limited quantity on things. So you want to get in. As soon as he's posting it, you want to be buying it. And I'm not kidding when I say that. If he's posting it, you want to be buying it, because there will be limited quantity for the right out of the gate, because we don't want to stick Stan with all of this product and then we have to listen to Jen. I love my Jen, but it's true. All right, so I am going to teach you, moving right along. Any questions before I does? Morning, Kathy. Looking with some ones with lace sleeves. That is such a hard one to find. I am too. I want the ones with the lace up sleeve ones. I think the lace up sleeve ones, Stan and I will have to talk about that one if we can get it. But I know for a fact that that one's going to be a little bit harder to get. But yeah, oh, wouldn't that be amazing? I like the ones with the floral sleeves too. I think that that would be really cool, especially for us ladies. So that's what I want to do. If my opinion accounts for anything. Jen goes, hey, see, she finally caught up. It caught up to her. Okay. So, maybe you don't have something to offer that person, but you want to offer a gift card or a gift certificate. Did you know that you can make your own gift cards and put a dollar amount on it so that people can use it? Well, you want a gift card holder. So here is our quick DIY project that we're going to do. I'm going to press real quick this. What it is we're going to make little felt tags. These are great if you're going to make your own gift cards or whatever it may be. So you can make these. They're very inexpensive. It's a quick DIY, and I mean quick. So we're going to do a quick DIY on this. And I love the fact that I can do all of this because it literally can save you time, especially if you want like a gift idea for baby showers or bridal showers. And maybe you just don't want, these are great for giveaways. So let's get this party started. We're going to do this real quick. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to these are ones that I made. They're gift cards. So this is the front. That's the back. We're going to press this all. You literally hot glue it. No sew, people. We're in a no-sew world right here. Because these you don't. Remember, time is money, right? Because that's what we're constantly being told. Time is money. What you want to do, press these real quick. You can get 4 on an 8x10 sheet. So there's that right there. All right, I'm going to bring this over to my press. Put it on here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just not going to move the camera. We're going to talk about it. Big Daddy's working today because I'm going to show you how I did the board. All right, or the felt. Everybody asked me felt. For this felt one, you can use the thicker felt. It's a much thicker felt. You can use that one. I use the felt you can find on the Bolt or by the yard because it is thicker than the ones that you buy that are the craft felt. So I do buy this one because, one, it works great for scraps, works great for test printing. There's so much versatility to this, but that's what I use it for. So there's that. Give this a few more seconds. Go get my hole punch. So while that's pressing, you have to understand this is only going to take just a few seconds to do. And you can make up a bunch of them. Like I said, great for bridal showers, baby showers. Maybe you want to offer some tools you're going to need. Hole punch, scissors. And maybe they want to offer a gift card. Maybe you need to start making your own gift cards. I see 1,001 people making... those business card ones. We'll make them into gift cards. I don't need them as a business card. I want them as a gift card. So, literally, come in here. Let your handy-dandy skills at its finest. Okay. I'm going to show you another trick, too. You can do front and back before you start asking me 20,000 questions. Yes, you can. Do the front and the back. Whatever you want to do, doesn't matter. Okay, just neaten it up because I totally messed that up just a touch. Handy dandy little hole puncher. Get that in there. Okay. Well, I didn't do it all the way through. That's okay though. Let me just... I don't want to pull it so there's fuzzies, because that would be ridiculous. Okay. Hole punch it. Cut out the back half. This is something you can sit and do on a Saturday night when you've got nothing better to do with your day. All right. Make a bunch of these up because these are great. Like I said, for all sorts, even if you're doing giveaways, let's say you're doing giveaways for different functions, all right? You definitely, I mean, yes, could you put this in your fabric cutter or your Cricut or whatever the heck you want? Ah, yes. Hello. All right. And literally, when you do it all nice and neat, okay, you literally just glue around here. That's it. That's all there is to it. And then you could put a gift card in there. And that's how simple and easy this is. So far, are we good? Where can I find felt material? At Joann's. You can find it at the good old Joann. Okay, so what I do, because I like a quick DIY, you literally right? Get your little hair thingies off. And line her up. Now, what I also do, if there's little square edges, I will also give it a quick, I do this with my bows too, by the way. What it does is it stops at all the fuzzies. It kind of seals it. Okay, you're just sealing it. And your gift card fits right inside. Let me grab my gift cards. Oh, they're probably over here. I probably left them over here, which I probably did. Oh, okay. So gift cards are a great item in there. Obviously, you're going to take your time and you're going to make them a lot neater than I did. But let's say you have a gift card that you want to slip right into there. And there you go. It's a quick, easy DIY, especially if you want to do something for those gift cards that you want to make. If you're going to get those metal business card things, why not? That would be just a great idea, especially for those who don't have any idea what to get somebody out of your shop. Offer these because it encourages them to come back. So that would be a great DIY. You're welcome. It looks like you stocked up on glitter tumblers. My good Lord, you people are nosy. If you think that's bad, you should see the other ones. Hold on. Nicole's picking on me because of my... You think that's bad, Nicole? I might have totally bought out Walmart. Maybe. Just maybe. Okay. Now we're going to get into this whole wood and blanket thing, okay? Because everybody's asked about how to do the wood and blankets. Where can I find the DIY gift inserts? A lot of people are posting, you can do the gift card or the business card ones. You could use those. Really, you can make your own out of cardstock if you want. It doesn't have to be metal. You can actually just print on cardstock and make your own. And laminate, whatever you want to do. I would do it on cardstock, to be honest with you. So, all right. So I have all of these. We're going to press this today, and this is a blanket. Yes, I know I've been working on this blanket for forever now, but I'm actually going to press it using the board to show you guys how it works. So I'm going to get really close up here. Don't worry, it's all spelled correctly because we don't need that problem again. And I'm going to show you how this board that everybody asks about, how it helps with pressing. So my blanket is already prepped because it takes a little bit of prep work for these blankets. All right, and how we can use the board and straighten it out. So here we go. So what I have, I'm going to straighten everything out, so don't freak out. Big Daddy is being used today. That is not my platen, okay? What this is literally I have, it's a 1/4 inch board that I picked up at the Home Depot. I put paper on it to protect my blanket. It's already been pre-pressed. So what I do, here's the part of why everybody says, why do you get this? Well, because look, there's not too much draping, okay? And it allows me to do this. It allows me to move it back and forth. Oh, let me undo the glue gun, sorry. It allows for me to move it all over the place. If you notice, I took my convection oven out because then I can go just like this and press it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm literally, this is almost the size of my blanket. Okay. And this way, And I said almost because this size, it was easy for me to manipulate. So I'll tell you the measurements in about 2 seconds. Let me get it so it's lined up the way I want it. Make sure it's all, don't freak out, I'm just lining up. I can hear you guys already. Okay, perfect. Okay, what this does too is also helps me to figure out where I'm going to be putting it. Okay, so I will let you know what size the board is. My pattern is, I want to say it's 15 or 7, no, it's 15, might be 15. One is one size, one is the other. Okay, so I want to be able to lay this out. I'll be able to flip the blanket, all right? So for those who have no idea, I'm putting, I'll show you what I'm doing. Give me 2 seconds, because I'll show you what happens. So here's the images that I'm doing. So one side has a floral, and then I'll do one that doesn't have a floral on that side, because I got to back it up. All right. So there'll actually be four pressings. Let me make sure I did this right. I might have measured this wrong. So I don't want to be pressing it if I measured it wrong. I did. How did I do that? Oh, I might be going in the wrong direction. That might be why. Oh, that's why, because I'm an idiot. Okay. Sorry. My bad. Okay, so I have it to where there's 6. All right, so far, can you see me? Okay, so this is how it is. So there's 6 of these. So what you're looking at, actually, it will look like this. All right, so that's why when you ask me what the size is, this is about a 12 by 12. This is, I want to say, by 12 by 16, I think this image is. So this will help me from when I'm pressing all the way up. Okay, so make sure that you've lint rolled, which I have done. This was already pre-pressed. I'm going to get this right in the corners. Okay, this is totally going to allow me a little more stability. If you notice, my blanket is nice. There's no draping. The nice part about the no draping part, again, is so that it, you know, you're not pulling on your design. That's also an awesome thought. Okay, so I'm going to get this in here. Make sure you lint roll, okay, people? So I want to make sure that my heat press is where it needs to be. Don't freak out. I'm just lining it up. I want to make sure it's completely in underneath my platen. And there we go. All right. So now it's on the board. Okay, but if you notice, this is still hanging off. There's no draping. There's no pulling. So what I'll be able to do is literally slide it over without actually moving my blanket. The only time I'll have to move it is when I go to do this top half. But by then, the bottom half will have been totally and completely cooled off. I'll be able to take the blanket, flip it around, and do the next set of rows. Because there's going to be 6 pressings on this, okay? So to make it, you know, work flow a little bit faster, I'm doing it slow right now just because I'm live. But what the workflow, this literally, you press and you move. And this way you're not constantly readjusting, all right? That's the part that saves you time, okay? Which, again, time is money. So this saves you a little bit of time of sitting there and fooling around with it. So this board has been a lifesaver. I had to fix my shop around because if you notice, there's my things missing. All right, so take that off, take that off. Okay, so there's pressing number 1, okay? And I don't know if you guys can see, but there's actually ink on this paper, okay? So that's why you change the paper, because the ink does come through. Now watch. So now I'm gonna slide her over. Look at that, I didn't have to, this is cooling off. I'm going to put my next image on. I didn't have to full fart around with it. I think that's just genius. Okay? So now, I want to line my image up. And I line it up with that straight edge over there so that it is straight as it possibly can be. Now, if I want to, okay, if I'm concerned with whether or not I'm going to have enough room, watch how easy it is to slide this little tiny bit. Okay? So now I can sit here and I can do this. And trust me, once you get going, you get really good at this. Okay, so then we want the third one just to make sure for lining up purposes, because the next line will be the easiest because you'll just line it up against that one. Okay, so this, because there's a little bit of a line up at the top, so that'll work out perfect. Remember, blankets are not even, people, so you try to do it as best as you possibly can. I don't want this to overlap, but there is a line. So I know that this will be just fine. I could have shrunk the image down just a touch. I'm going to straighten this out to make sure that it's definitely even. Okay, get some more protective paper. All right. This time with my protective paper, I'm literally going to the edge of the underlining paper just so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, this way when I go to line this up, I know that it's where it needs to be. And there you go. And then I'll do the next one. How are we doing so far? Are we doing good? It looks like you're lining up the designs with the stitching. That wouldn't be a problem if the blanket isn't sewn properly. You always say fabric isn't square. Correct. Where it's not square, Susan, is where it stretches. So yes, in theory, this line is actually straight. It is. Don't get me wrong. What makes things wonky, okay, one is corners, and when you're pressing something. So when you lay this out flat, okay, you can line it up with the stitching, but you have to literally pull the fabric to get it to line up with the stitching. Okay, do you see how I did that? So I would have to pull it to make sure that this becomes a straight line. Once you do that, it kind of works out, all right? Because otherwise, there might be a dip, okay? A slight dip in it. So you really want to manipulate your fabric, okay? And corners are never straight, okay? Again, take care of our protective paper. The protective paper. Do you like how I did that? I can literally now peel that off. Again, proper pressing. Love it. Slide her over. And let's do this last one. This is what Susan's talking about, me lining this up. Okay, because it's so wonky with fabric, you have to manipulate the fabric. Having this board helps you manipulate the fabric. Okay? So what she's asking about is, well, you're lining it up with the stitching. I am. But if you're going to watch what I'm doing right now, I'm literally pulling the fabric to create a straight line. So I've straightened it up at that end so that it's there. Now watch. This is what I'm talking about because fabric moves. Okay? If you notice, my hand hasn't moved. I want this to kind of butt up against this. Okay? The more you learn and do and grow, you will realize how much this board is a godsend. And Amy had pressed something with it. But now we're getting into actual doing a blanket here. All right. Remember, I'm taking my time, people. So I don't want you guys to think that it's not a slow process, but it's not a fast one either. I think it's all in there. Okay. And there we go. So that's all in there right now. We good? We good, we good, we good. Let's see. I have a 13 by 19 printer. I have a Sawgrass 800 for those who are asking. So I can print 13 and 19. I actually can print 13 to 21 right now. I have the 13 by 21 paper. So now I only have to press. I don't have to piece anymore. My bibs are my burp cloths. I can literally print one piece of paper, and I can actually print and press it on Big Daddy if I go the corner to corner. So that's helped in that sense because I don't want to have to worry about it, to be completely honest with you. There we go. I don't know what y'all are saying. Thank you. All right. Hold your board. Slide this just a little. Okay. Take your protective paper off, which has ink on it, as I've stated. And there you go. Once you get going, this board is amazing. Okay, so now you're like, well, how do I do it? You want to let it cool. You're just going to flip your blanket. All right. This helps you to not have to waste so much time in pressing and lining and moving and shaking and all of that happy stuff that we have to do, unfortunately, when we're pressing stuff. So now we need our next images, which I'm missing one. I don't know where it went. Did I pick it up by accident? I might have. I think there it is. Okay. So our next image. So now you got to pay attention to how you line it up and how you lay it, right? So there is some wonky or extra stuff we don't need. You want to trim off the not wanting crap. Okay, get as trimmed up as you can. Line it with your corners, because the first one is always pretty exciting. Okay, now again, this is where this board comes in here because I can manipulate it so that this does not end up under my press. You're like, how the heck are you going to do that? Well, you watch. Cover with some protective paper. Again, I have it so where I can see my corner. And I literally come in here and press it. That's it. This is it in a nutshell. Okay? This board helps with these blankets. It helps with any of the large items, especially if you're doing cooling towels. Cooling towels can also be, or the fleece scarves, anything that's bigger than your press. It's worth getting this board. Now, I got a board that was 2 by 4. My board was 2 feet by 4 feet. And I had this little bit of extra left over. And the reason I had this extra left over is now I'm going to be using it on my smaller press. So I saved that piece to use on my smaller press. Like I said, I cover it with protective paper. And actually what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go get some Teflon sheets. And I'm going to cover the whole thing and make my own Teflon cover for this. So I don't have to worry about it. But what are you using to get the board from? I got it from Home Depot. Now, be careful because mine pops. Let it up slowly. Slide and pull. I sometimes do make things look rather easy. I mean, so far, look at that, right? So now I'm going to slide this down just slightly because I got to do those last 2 pieces. Where it becomes a little tricky is this middle piece. This middle piece, again, I'm going to probably pull it down this way. Hopefully you guys can see that. There we go. I'm going to pull my middle piece so that it's down in this corner because this one will get shifted over to here. So you see how I'm not less fuss with this blanket. So we want less fuss. That board is just, so let me trim up this next piece. Okay. Again, I'm taking my time to show you guys so you guys don't miss a beat on this, okay? And then I'll snap it and get all my stuff off of it. I want to make sure that I had enough room for here and that it's lined up where I want it to go. Could I have left it on? I don't. And here's why I don't. Because I don't want it to accidentally press and then me have an issue. So, you don't want that either. So, I know that I've got to move this up just ever so slightly. Okay, because then this way they're not hitting each other again. See, there's a little bit of a gap. A little bit of a gap. This is where I'll manipulate this. But this one up here, I want to move up just a touch because I know where it sits. Okay, now you're going to ask how this is going to wash. So watch this. Because the middle one in the back is always the trickiest. Again, I line it up best I can and get her all where she needs to be. I line my paper up with this edge because I need to know where that corner is. All right. Slide it down. Let my short little arms, and I make sure that I'm not pressing on something else. And there. That's it right there. Okay, that's exactly how you do that. You get it to where that little tiny piece is under the press. Okay. What type of board did you put on? It doesn't have a coating. It's just, I don't know. I got it in the Home Depot section, and I want to say it's plywood, believe it or not, or press board. I'm not really sure what it is. It was something that I decided I'm just going to try it. And so I'm trying it and seeing if it's working. That's why I covered it with paper though too. So if there was any issues, it would go on my paper, not on my blanket but you know, you're not pressing these for hours and hours and hours and hours. This is just to do a blanket. So it has time to cool off a little bit as you're moving it. So you figure, what is your time spent in this? By using the board, it has cut my time down by half because of the amount of time that I have to take, press, snap, move. This is allowing me to spend less time pressing and moving and whatnot. So while I understand people have said, you know, if you've got to do multiple pressings, it's not worth it. Well, make it worth it. If you want to do baby blankets like I do, and I do a lot of baby blankets, make it worth it for you then. That's just how this goes, okay? I will do baby blankets all day long and not have a problem with it. So that's just me. I think this baby blanket is absolutely stunning, okay? And people think that because I made this design so big, if you have a smaller printer, you totally could have pressed this by itself. Again, using this board is absolutely helpful with doing that. Because the board allows you to be on a lot flatter of a surface than it draping and having to move it and shifting. And so make your bottom platen bigger. Doesn't matter what size this is, just make this is. It's stabilizing it, okay? If you notice, I lined up all my pieces. And there we go. Last piece in this absolutely gorgeous, stunning. No, I don't do both sides. I only ever do one side. Why? Because the one side goes on the child. The top one is what goes for everybody to see. Have you ever done a baby shark blanket? No, but I'm not sure that's copyrighted. So if it's copyrighted, probably not. So this is how this board has helped a lot. So go to your Home Depot. It's in the wood aisle. They're standing up. If you're looking at it, they're standing like this. They have like little cubbies. Grab yourself some, test it out. I just encourage that you cover it with paper just to protect whatever it is on here because these are so white. You want to protect these. But I gotta tell you, I am truly, truly in love. I know you guys have been seeing me work on this set. I can't wait to show her because I've literally done a sass. Every sass I've done, I've worked on part of her shower gift. Just to show you guys how I build a shower gift. My next one, I'll have a swaddle blanket actually. I'm going to be doing a swaddle blanket soon. And just like that, I have 6 perfect pressings. Now I'm going to back this up so you can see it. I made that. I made that. All right, you ready to see it? I can't wait to show you. It's like, seriously. Take it off. Right, you're gonna take it off. Give it a quick fluff. Check out that stunningness. Slide her in there so I can get in here. I mean, look at how gorgeous is this blanket. Can y'all see it? I hope so. I mean, 6 perfect pressings because of that board. It saved me time and aggravation. And I'm sorry, my aggravation is far worth my time. So, isn't that stunning? Stunning, right? Stunning. I cannot wait to show her. I can't wait to show you guys the completed baby set so you guys can see everything that I've done and put it together so you guys can absolutely see it. As for your press marks, like I've said in the past, with your press marks, everybody's asked. Let me see where my fancy lint roller is. I was using it last night. Give me 2 seconds. There it is. You want to use your fancy lint roller. I call this the fancy one. And the reason I use this one is you can actually pick up the nap on the, and you can get out any press marks in the fabrics when you have Stan's baby blankets or his towels. This helps pull up the nap that had been pressed down. So, I mean, this is, I hope you guys love it, right? So the board idea was totally Amy's idea. I just needed to show you how to incorporate it for using it on a baby blanket, because that seems to be the most tricky part, is doing it on baby blankets. But again, you can completely do it on stuff like I said, larger items that you struggle with. So you have the scarves. This would work great for scarves, especially when you're piecing, or anything you have to piece together and press multiple pressings. That would be a good thing too. It helps with lining up, but more so for the fabric stuff. I'm not necessarily sure about the whole hard substrates, but definitely for fabrics, like the fleece scarves, ties, the cooling towels, blankets, anything that's larger than your platen on the bottom of your press. Okay, whatever press size, and it's gonna be bigger, put the piece of wood on. It's going to help keep things flat and allow you to manipulate things far better. As you can see, I totally put just butcher paper and I taped it. On this side it's taped, on this side it's taped, and I taped it in the center so that it would protect it from whatever might be on that piece of wood, because you never know, and it doesn't matter how good you clean it, it's a piece of wood. So there you go. I hope that inspires you to go out and get a 2 foot by 4 foot piece of wood. I cut off the end that I didn't need because I wanted it very specific. Let me find my tape measure. I'll tell you how big this one is. It's almost 30 inches. I can tell you that. I wanted it as close as I could get it to my baby's blanket size, so I didn't have to worry about it. Oh, no, it is. It's 33 inches wide by the 2 feet. So this is 33 by 2 feet. And then my extra piece that I had, that I just used my saw and cut it off. I have a jigsaw, so I cut it. This is perfect for my little press or for little jobs. So save that piece. Don't throw that away. That's a great also alternative for the smaller pieces or smaller projects when you don't want to use the big board. So there you go. I hope that was truly helpful to all of you. Whoops, I don't know what I just did. What did I just do? Oh, I have no idea. So, any questions? So the size of the board, like I said, is 33 inches wide by 2 feet, or 33 inches wide by 2 feet tall, or however you want to call it. Can I say you're amazing at your videos? I'm so glad you guys learned things. I get picked on quite a bit for my type of people, I guess. But you know what? I think you guys are fabulous. I love all of you. You guys have been just an amazing asset to my life. You brighten my day every Sunday when I get to talk to all of you. So I look forward to it. I really look forward to my Sundays with all of you, learning, you asking questions, me trying to figure it out. Sometimes I don't have the answer, or I know the answer, and then I have to ask and have to do research. So I hope that helps. Also, quick note, Stan's getting in a all the luggage tags that I had pressed previously. Remember these things? He's getting those in a wide variety of colors. He's also getting in the keychains, again, in a wide variety of colors and shapes on those keychains too. I'm uber excited. So again, here's the deal, okay? Stan's trying to get in a ton of new products, but here's the issue. We don't want him to get in so much that he has a lot of inventory. We want his inventory to move. So let's move his inventory with this new stuff. So it'll be limited quantity. As soon as that man posts it on his website, and he will let you know, go buy it. Okay, because it'll be in limited supply for right now until we see that it's something that we really want to keep getting. So if you want it, order what you need and beyond. And then, you know, he can say, okay, that is a good seller, and maybe he'll bring it back again. So I don't want to leave his stuff in stock because it's just ridiculous right now. So that's one thing. Also coming up for Mother's Day, some cute Mother's Day ideas, placemats and table runners. When we do our Christmas in July, I'm going to totally do the table runners for the different holidays. I want you guys to start stocking up on those table runners because that's going to be a special on how we can make them versatile. So we have that. We also have the placemats where you can do one on one side and one on the other for holidays so that you can mix and match. So look forward to that. Amy will be back. She's coming back from Vegas today, I believe it is. So she will be back on Wednesday, and I am sure she has got a boatload of stuff to tell you. Lord only knows. You'll see Todd on Tuesday. I don't know what Todd's got up his sleeve. And I think Marvin, rumor has it, might be doing a tutorial or going live sometime today, maybe. We'll see what he has up his sleeve. Who knows with Marvin? Marvin the Martian. How we doing? Any questions? Any questions? Stan is Coney Island Transfer. Okay. He is what I call our soft lines distributor. Okay. He does have some hard lines, which is like your keychains and stuff like that. But really, he's our soft lines guy. He's the one that does our baby blankets, our bibs, our burp cloths, which I'm going to also remind you, and I'm not going to say this in any way, shape, or form. And here's the sass coming out. Any of my bibs and burp cloths are done with Coney Island Transfer templates. Okay, they are template specific. Why? Because I'm a quality snob. Okay, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this at any way, shape, or form. I'm a quality snob, and I only ever use his bib and his burp cloths. So as I'm designing stuff, it's stuff that I'm selling in my own shop. So I'm not going to sit there and tweak it to fit everybody's needs. I know that sounds horrible, but I'm a quality snob. So his stuff is really just amazing when it comes to the baby products. I absolutely, hands down, bar none, always pick his products. So I'm just going to put that out there. I don't switch the templates up, and I'm not going to switch the templates up. I make a lot of baby items in a year, so I just don't, that's my disclaimer. So I do apologize. They are template specific. Some things aren't that I have in my shop, but that particular item are template specific. Can you show the extra piece one more time? Sure. Okay. So it has this funky, I don't know what the heck is on this, to be completely honest with you. I just know that when you go into the Home Depot, it's in these slots that you can get it in the wood section. It's where all the 2 foot by 4 foot pieces are sold. I figured I was just going to test it. It was press board, or I'm pretty sure this is press board, or MDF, I think is what it's called. But this is what I picked, just because it was easier. So I hope that helps for when you're going and finding stuff. So far, it's worked for me. Like I said, I put the protective paper on it just because that's what you're supposed to do. So I hope that helps. Yes, my Big Daddy is 16 by 20. I have another one, which is the little guy. He's 15 by 15. I have 2 heat presses, along with a mug press and a hat press. So those are the press line. That's the presses that I have here. So Big Daddy is from Heat Press Nation. I got my whole business package through Heat Press Nation. It was a phenomenal thing. I got my GCC. I got my first printer, my heat press, my mug press, my hat press. Plus I got a plethora of samples that came into that. I want to say it was just about $7,000. And I did their lease to own or whatever their program is, because at the time I could not shell out $7,000 for this. When you're first starting out, that's a lot of money to be shelling out. So I did that, and within a matter of 2 years, I had it completely paid off. So they have it to where you can pay it off in a year, 2 years, or 3 years. That's your time frame. And it was easy payments for me each month. So Big Daddy is a 16 by 20 auto clam. So it pops open. That's what that means, with a drawer. So the slide out drawer. I love it, to be completely honest with you. I've had to replace a couple things just because I've used it and abused it. And Heat Press Nation was amazing on customer service and making sure that I could get back up and running. So, and he's heavy. He is heavy. It takes 2 people, probably 3, to move him because he is wicked heavy. Okay, and I say 2 people because it took my daughter and I to get him up here. Now, my cheapo one, which is my 15 by 15, I deliberately bought from Amazon, and here is why. I do a lot of traveling, and I do a lot of pressing on demand for my travel stuff. So whether I'm doing in-house parties, which I do, or I'm doing kids' birthday parties, or I'm actually at vendor events, I needed something that this girl could carry all by herself without killing myself. So I wanted a cheap one. Why? Because if it broke, I wasn't crying, because Big Daddy was a couple hundreds of dollars. This guy was less than 200. Okay. He is a workhorse, and I don't feel bad when it breaks or something goes wrong on it, because literally then I'm okay with it. I've justified the fact that this was my bang around, beat up heat press. Okay. But he is a workhorse and works great for me for little projects. He heats up very quickly, which is great for vendor fairs or parties. You want it to heat up quickly. Big Daddy takes a little bit longer. He needs a little bit more love to warm up, because he is such a big press. Okay, so note that as the difference too, is when you're looking at presses. The bigger presses can take a lot longer to heat up. Why? It's bigger surface area. So that's why I have the 2 different presses. That's why I have what I have. So Big Daddy is the big workhorse for my bigger projects, flags, burp cloths, the blankets. Everything is done on Big Daddy that requires it to be bigger than a 15 by 15. The 16 by 20 is definitely helpful. So that's why I have him. And the reason I picked the auto clam, I'm in my auto clam here, and I'll show it to you. It's going to be kind of hard because he's hot right now. So my auto clam, let's see if, can you see that? Okay, good. Okay. So my auto clam, this guy tilts. Okay. Why? Because now what he creates is something where you can't with an auto clam. It's not just flat, or, you know, he's not coming down. He literally adjusts to whatever's sitting on this platen. So, or this base. So he adjusts back and forth, which allows it to almost act as like a swing away, because he adjusts down. So right now he's set up. So this will adjust itself so that when he's laying flat, it's almost like a swing away. So that's where I like the auto clam with the slide out drawer, because he is completely adjustable. And I love that. You see how, look at that. All right. So that's why I loved it. I love the fact that it had the pull out drawer, so I'm not burning myself. So that's why I picked him. Plus I have space issues here. I don't have the versatility of a swing away. I might now that I have the convection oven out of the way, but I don't need another heat press. And my husband might kill me if I do. So no more heat presses. So I hope that helps. Are there templates to put the design and program in Infinity, or how would I do that? And I'm new. So the templates that you get from Stan and Amy come after purchase, and you should be able to use them in any design program that you use. It's just you might have to change them over. I'm not really entirely sure, so don't ask. I can't tell you that part of it. But yes, a lot of people use Infinity and Illustrator and Photoshop and Corel and Inkscape and GIMP. Those are all the ones in the, and Silhouette, Creative Studio. A lot of people use all of those different types of ones. So if you ask for a very specific, hey, I use Infinity, how do I do it? There is somebody in our group that is bound to be able to answer that question, and how you can import it in, how you can do what you need to do. So make sure you can ask that question. That's a great question when it comes to that. My templates are on my Etsy page. I have that one that I did for Gemma. I have not put on there because that was name specific, but I do have this set. I have a variety of sets on there for the different baby blankets, bibs, burp cloths, the baby booties. I've also separated them out so you can buy just the bib and the burp cloth, or you can buy just the onesie, or the bodysuit, sorry. I gotta learn to change that terminology. They call them vests over in the UK. So there's different ways that you can purchase it. If you go onto Etsy, it's LPB Designs and More. Type it out as all one word. Long name, amazing results. I'm kidding. That's my page. You can also head over to the graphics group. There's a ton of designers over there. Margot and Ashley are just some of the few that are over there. So we have, hers is TLP Designs, and then Aparikium is Ashley's. Yes, I said it right again, and I haven't said her shop name in forever. So I said hers right now. I don't even know how to say it. Now it's easy. There's also some of our other designers in there. So look at them too. They're posting daily as well. So look at theirs. Lots of cool things for those who are on the go and new. So there you go. My baby samples are at the post office. I can't wait. Woohoo, Vicky! I can't wait for you to see them. They're so amazing. I can't tell you enough. I've sold out of almost all of my baby lovies. They're huge. Actually, a mother bought a few of them and she needed them all done the same design so that she could wash one and the baby could have one, because they had to constantly, they get gross. The lovies get gross. So she goes, can I buy like 4? Because I'm bound to lose at least one. And 2 are going to need to be washed, and I don't need to be washing them every day. And this way I have one, because you know how parents are with lovies and nooks, the pacifiers, we don't want to lose them because it's almost a catastrophe. So there you go. There. Thank you, Jen. Jen posted the graphics and transfers group. You always get your baby supplies from Stan. It's the only place I would ever get them. Again, quality snob. So, what time is it?
20 minutes up.
Ooh, 20 minutes up. Any further questions? Because I'm kind of short today. Whoa. Oh, and twins on the way. That's so cool. That's so cool. But that is a great idea too, is to always try to offer upsell and try to offer 2 lovies. One that you can wash and one that they can carry. Especially for new moms. That's a great new mom's shower gift, because they will find out rapidly how much that blanket needs to be. And how frantic were you as a mother first time and you're like, oh my God, I can't find the blanket. And then you had a spare. I mean, the spare was a lifeline to parenting. So there's my lifeline to parenting. Totally upsell it and offer 2, and that is for one that's lost or being washed, and then one that the child can use, because if you do the same design, it's perfect. Perfect. I'm short every day. We won't go there, Mark. Will not go there. Oh my word. Any further questions? Anything you need me to show before I leave? This has been a fun sass. I loved doing that blanket with you guys. I thought that was the first time I'd done a full blanket with the board and showing you guys all the amazing stuff. Again, Father's Day is right around the corner, so you should be advertising for Father's Day. And it can be grilling stuff, golf stuff, mechanic stuff. Mechanic stuff would also be great for those towels. I know that they're going to get dingy. Maybe just sub them all black. The 11 by 18s are perfect for that. We'll have to see if Stan has the 11 by 18s in stock, because you can do a full bleed on those. Those are great for golf towels. Those are great for grilling towels, and they're great for mechanics, contractors, whomever. Add a grommet so that they can hang it from absolutely anything. I know Stan's getting in the oven mitts. Those are what I call my grilling oven mitts. They're great for camping as well, because they're made of the neoprene, so they take a high heat. Somebody did ask me if I tested them. Yes, they're perfectly fine. And I got to tell you, it worked great for the grill. So there's that. Aprons. You can get the aprons at Amy's. So you're talking also teacher gifts. You can get aprons at Amy's. You can get the phone stands at Amy's. There's tons of different MDF products that you can get for teachers over there. Look and see what she has, and see what she can create for you as well. I know she's just coming back, so don't bombard her completely. She's already been bombarded enough. So look at a product and think of something else. I do think, if I remember correctly, Stan was going to get in these, this is a poor example, but he's getting in those handles that you can put on the cosmetic bags. He's looking to get those so you guys can use them as basically a clutch bag. So, because there's a lot of people looking for those handles, wristbands. That's what it's called, wristband. I think he was looking at getting those. So hopefully he'll be having those soon. Have you done a design for the new oven mitt yet? I've done a couple of them. I'm holding off posting them just because. So I had to make the template. Because I'm the only one who has the oven mitt. So I've made my own template. So I'll send that off to Stan so he can have that. Has the bleed on it and everything. So Stan has the he'll get the template. I do have designs for the new oven mitt. They're more on the masculine side, camping side of things. Whereas like Amy's are more, for me, are more on the flower, bird, fun, feminine side. I made the other ones more masculine. I have not posted them because I am waiting for that man to load them to his site. So I don't want to bombard him. That's why I didn't do it. Anywho, I have a set that's actually coming out, and it has the oven mitt and an apron and a towel design, so you can make it all in one for Father's Day. I have that sitting and waiting for him. So there we go. That's what we have so far. Mother's Day is coming up in 2 weeks, I think it is. So we will be, I'm looking at my next month as to what I'm going to be posting about, what we're going to be talking about. I'm trying to give you guys a month calendar so you know which ones to tune in for and what ones not to tune in for. I am actually, sounds absolutely terrible, but I'm already gearing up for Christmas in July. So my Christmas in July, I will be doing a huge sale in my own shop for designs. I'm going to be loading all the new stuff that Stan's got coming in. Those will be ready. We're going to be talking about how to prep for Christmas, because it is Christmas in July, and what you can be doing ahead of time to prep for those vendor fairs that we all want to do. So that'll be coming in July, so look forward to that, because that'll be a huge month for us. August, I will be probably I have another vacation coming up in August, so start now preparing yourselves that I will be away in August. Huge family vacation with my siblings, so there's that. May, you have end of school, you have Mother's Day, teacher gifts, and we move into June, which is Father's Day. You also have Memorial Day and 4th of July in there. So lots and lots and lots of stuff coming out, at least on my end, and I know on the other girls' ends when it comes to the design part of things and all the crazy stuff Stan and Amy have to offer us. So, you have a good week too, Mark. Thank you. I'd admit I didn't bother with Mother's Day. Too busy. Daughter's getting married the day before. We have prom coming up this weekend. My baby is going to prom. So I have prom on Saturday with my son. So I've got to get him ready for prom and then get prepped ready for Sunday. So I have no clue what I'm doing Sunday. I didn't even think about it. So I have to probably think about that one. Probably be more Father's Day teacher stuff. Or if there's something you want to learn or teach or do, and just like we did with the blanket. So, are you making shirts for all of your family vacations? No, we make cups. We have this obsession with cups. People ask me if I make t-shirts. I don't. We make cups because then this way we're not doing a ton of dishes. There's 15 of us that are all together, and it's around 15 of us that are all together, and we have cups, and we have funny sayings on our cups. Like for the last 2 years, it was not mine, is yours. So not yours, but it has our names on the backs too, so we knew who it was, but it's just funny sayings. And then we put the year of our trip. We've been doing this now for a few years because my brother lives in California. My sister lives in Florida with my mom. and her husband and whatnot. So and I'm here in New York. So we all get together in a state and we all have a great time and get to see each other because we don't ever get to see each other for holidays. So that's what we do. But we have funny cups. That's our thing. Or the funny collectible cups. And my dad still collects all his. So I think that's rather cute. Oh, ornaments. That's a good one too, Debbie. Debbie, start stocking up on your Christmas stuff, guys. Do it a little bit at a time, especially if it was a hot seller last year and you want to push that particular item again this year. Ornaments is another thing. The raglans are another thing. Pillows. Start stocking up on the fancy blankets because those are going to be a little bit pricey, but cap those off too. People are wondering about the whole fancy blanket that I did last week. My mom absolutely loved her fancy blanket that we got from Stan. Stunning. It's a stunning blanket. I would only carry so many in stock and make it a limited quantity. It pushes your product and then you're not sitting on it. So keep that in mind too. You can do that with a lot of your products, by the way. Keep limited stock and say, I only have so many in stock, so hurry now and order. It causes people to order, believe it or not. They don't want to hurry up and miss out. So play that game too. Thank you, Debbie. Morning, Sassy. I mean, Nikki. Good morning, Melody. Melanie, not Melody, although my daughter wants to name her daughter Melody. Melanie. All right. And there we go. That has been the sass for April 28th, 2019. I hope you guys have had a wonderful and blessed Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I've missed you guys all so much. And we will talk during the week to find out what it is I'm going to be doing on Sunday because I absolutely have no clue right at the moment. Until then, you guys enjoy your week. Hustle hard. Remember who you are. And remember, and I posted this design earlier today, remember some of the most difficult roads lead to the most beautiful destinations. So while this may be a challenge for you, just see the end result that you are amazing and that you can do anything if you put your mind and your heart into it. Until then, I will see you guys all next Sunday. Have a great one. Bye.